And here are some possible upgrades in the Maze project. In this example from a former student, he or she uses a nice background graphic and a graphic to represent the player. Notice how the graphic is transparent. It doesn't have that white rectangle showing behind the actual picture of the graphic itself. He or she also is using nice little rectangles to represent the start and the end of the maze. And there are a lot of nice lines in the maze and some areas where the player hits a dead end and all that. Next example, I'm not sure who Khalid is, but the arrow keys to move, that's a nice little instruction being given to the person that plays this game. But the other feature of this game that's nice to point out here is that as you move through the maze, you can pick up keys on your way to the finish. So here, the player, I bumped a wall, it reset me. But when I reach that key in the lower left corner, for example, if I can successfully navigate there, the key disappears. So the key graphic disappears when there's a collision between the player and the key. Watch. And now he has picked up the key and he can move on to pick up the other keys. And maybe that unlocks a win message or something. Good job here. It looks like there's a doorway there also. And probably when the player goes through this doorway in the lower right corner, he or she probably comes in from this portal or this doorway on the left side, and vice versa. That, I'm sure, is what this former student implemented. Another example, this is a two-player version of the Maze project with instructions up here that are easy to read. Player 1 is the red player, and the arrow keys on the keyboard are used to move that player. But at the same time, another human being can hover over the keyboard to the computer, and this is a fun two-player version of the Maze game. The blue player reset. Now I'm acting as both players right now, so it's not looking very fun. But the letters WASD, which are old school from like the 1980s games, they're often used to move players in games with key presses rather than clicks or other events that a person does to a computer or a keyboard or a mouse. And last of all, here's another former student's project. Now notice not just that there's a nice background graphic that matches the theme with this fish in the water, but as the player moves, this graphic changes to different versions of the graphic, or some kind of rotate function is being used. I'm not sure how the student pulled this off, but it's more realistic and just a better overall game that you're moving the fish around and the fish is pointing in the direction that it's currently traveling.